Vortex here, welcome to my review of the Soundcore Life P3. As you can see, these are a true wireless earbud. They're around, I think, £79.99 on Amazon, and that's where I got them from. They have a lot of functionality, which the more expensive models have. So these use an app where you can update them and change a bunch of settings, which I'll show you later on in the video. They also have active noise cancelling with different modes, and they have a transparency mode, so they have it all for basically half the price or more than like the high-end Jabras. And yeah, as like I said in the disclaimer, these are from Amazon UK. I was not paid to do this video, and all the thoughts and opinions in this video are my own. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. Mine are the black one, as you can see. So true wireless noise cancelling earbuds, which is correct. Obviously these are from Anker. Bass up. They are a bit bass heavy, but I'll speak about that later on. Thumping sound, 35 hours of playtime. Over 20 million people, allegedly. That's what they look like. Obviously mine are the black ones. So multi-mode active noise cancelling, they do have that. Oversized drivers. We'll see. Wireless charging, I couldn't test that, so I've just used the Type-C port. 6 microphones, but it's 3 each side, so 6 total. So 7-hour playtime, and you can charge them around 5 times, and they are IPX5 water resistant. Obviously the parent company is Anker. There is both apps. I tried it obviously on the Google store, because I tried it with my Poco F2 Pro and my old Redmi Note 4, which works fine. You get the case, buds, the ear tips, cable, and yeah, so open it up. They do appear in there, but obviously I've been using them. I'll show that in a second. Let's just quickly get all this out. So you get user guide, quick start guide, which is very useful. How do we sound? Just basically they want feedback. Not as good as I hoped. You sound great. So they want to see good or bad feedback. This is just declarations and other things, legal terms in there. I'll show the guide in a bit. So you get 2 tips already on, which are classed as large-ish, I think. So you got extra small. Obviously this is backwards because it's like that. You can see there. Extra small, small, large, and extra large, and you get a pair already on. You get Type-C. And yeah, so I'm going to quickly show you this. So wireless charging, I couldn't test that, I don't have a charger. Type-C, 3 lights on the front, and that's what they look like. The negative is they do show fingerprints or any finger grease, but nothing I can do about that. Left and right. It's quite a compact case. So for example, TRN T300 is a bit taller. And yeah, so I'm going to show the user guide, because it's very important just to how to use this. So onto that. So I'll kind of go left to right. Support, website information there. The app, which I've got installed, which I do recommend. On section 2, I'll show you in a bit. Firmware upgrade, which is number 3. Mine didn't have an update. I checked, there's no update at the moment. So that's how it is at the moment. Ambient sound, I'll show you that a bit in the app as well. There's the different tips. Default, it has the large fitted, I think, or mediums. I think mediums are fitted by standard, which work fine for me. Charging information there. So you can zoom in a bit so you can see what the lights do. It's all very straightforward if you've used wireless buds before. Powering off and on. Pairing, again, you can just open the case and it will start pairing. Very straightforward. Controls. You can also use these buds individually, so you just take one out the case, so they both act as masters, which is quite good. See, twice on the left one, play next track, hold it down for ambient modes on either, tap left, answer call, end call, play pause, tap 2 on the right. Very straightforward. Repairing, basically to pair to more than one device. Basically it's kind of a pair button. Reset, information there. LED guide is there. And yeah, that's it. So very straightforward. So in the next clip I'm going to just run through the app, and it's very straightforward, and that's it. So this is what it looks like on my Redmi Note 4. I picked this phone, you know, it's older, the screen's smaller, so it's easy to fit it in. So when you go in the app, you have to basically accept terms and conditions, and then pick the model, which is the Life model, and then P3. I've got both buds out, so it gives both volume levels there. Before I get into the modes, I click the cog in the top right. Firmware, this came with it on. Touch tone, so when you press a button, you'll hear it change modes. Firmware, it's already full. It's already up to date. Find device. Make sure it makes a loud noise. Works fine, and you just press basically the play button on each. Help, quick start guide. Kind of FAQ if you get stuck. Quick start guide. Mine also, basically that's the same as the paperwork. The top there you can see it's displaying battery life anyway, but the app shows it, so if you don't need the app or don't want the app, you don't necessarily need it, but it does help. Gaming mode, if you turn it on, it makes like footsteps louder and makes the latency lower. I briefly tested it because I don't game on phones, but it seems to be okay. It does affect battery life, so bear in mind. So ambient sound. So this is, you can obviously change it on the left bud, you hold it in for a couple of seconds. So it's off, click transparency mode. So you get 2 modes, fully transparent or vocals. So vocals stand out more clearly from other ambient sounds. So if somebody wants to briefly say, it's for to talk to someone, it makes that more forward. Works very well, they both work very well. Noise cancellation. So 3 different modes: transport, target low end frequencies like engine, and road noise for serene journeys. So if you're on a bus, plane, train, it targets kind of those frequencies. Indoor, eliminate voices and mid-frequency noise from coffee shops and others. So it's more like a lot of background noise in a lot of room, people talking in a room will be that. And it'll reduce ambient sound on the go for quieter city spaces. I think they all work fine. I didn't really try the outdoor. I don't work in a city, but I've tried those other 2 and they work fine. So click normal. Just click back here. Equalizer, default. Even if you turn it off, it's still quite bassy. You could pick all these modes, which is basically just a setup EQ. Click back. Custom. Log into your account. That's if you change power files. Not interested in that. Obviously, you can go from 100 Hz to 12.8 kilohertz. Set up one, delete it, whatever you want to do. Play around how you see fit. Put it back to normal. And superior, so you can use a mix of your favourite ambient sounds. So basically, it will just play that kind of sound effect. So fan, like a farm noises, a clock, train, raining, kind of sea. That's like a campfire. You can hear like a campfire on that one there. Like those thing like the wind chimes, like waves, birds chirping, and that's it. Controls, you can change how things work. Single tap, double tap, hold 2 seconds. All there. And do basically, it checks how they fit. Again, you can go through that if you have to. And that's the actual app. This is the first screen you get to. There is some tracks already built in. But anyway, that's how you get to that page. Playlists, which are, it kind of streams if you want to do anything like that. And that's pretty much it, really. And that's just my phone, but open the app up straight into that. And yeah, now on to the review. So on to isolation. Isolation, even with the modes off, is actually okay. Obviously the ANC mode, they all work very well from what I've tested, and the ambient, the hear through mode works very well. It's good to see this at kind of a competent set at £79.99. I'm not sure how much of these are out of the UK. That's the Amazon price, but it seems to perform as well as kind of the higher models for much less. Microphones work very well. Everything sounds kind of natural. I did not record it this time, but microphones do kind of sound good. Case is compact. Battery life is around 7 hours. Charge them around 5 times ish, depending on your actual usage. Buttons, you tap where the logo is, just here. They do track. It can get fingerprints. That's the medium tips fitted. L and R is between the connectors. So that's L. When you put it in here, you have to put it in like that and then kind of twist it. Then it fits perfect. Obviously that's right. They can also be used individually as they are both masters. So you just leave one in the case. And when you use the app, the ambient mode will be disabled. You can't change modes. But you can still use gaming mode, which is kind of curious. And sound, so sound of these is, I've found a little bit bass heavy even when you disable it, but they are kind of well balanced. Nothing is overly ahead of anything else. These are nowhere near neutral. They're just an engaging, balanced sound. It's probably the best way to describe it. So vocals are easily there, but they don't overpower kind of any sort of instrument. So if you play EDM, nothing. It's kind of the simple way is nothing like overpowers anything else is probably the easiest way to describe it. I tried across a lot of different genres. This is with the EQ as normal or off, which is what I prefer. You can also use any EQ you want. It does colour the sound quite a bit, but that's up to you to play around with all them, because he's I think 21 EQs, so you have to bear that in mind. So yeah, battery life I've done. Button usage, you can either use both or individually. I only used each one individually for testing to check if they're both masters. But on the whole, 98% of the time I used them both. For latency, so I've just tried it with my phone, well, both phones. And for YouTube, it works fine. The sync's perfect. I tried it very briefly with gaming, and it seems to work fine. But I'm not a competitive player, so anything like that you'll have to test yourself. But from what I can see, it seems to actually work fine. They are IPX5 water resistant. I did not try that, but that's how they are. Pairing is very easy between them both and to your phone, so it's all good. Distance, maybe 10 meters from my phone, I had no issues. And if I had my phone on me with these, the connection was solid. So, which is good to see. I'm trying to think of anything else. Yeah, pairing's easy. I recommend the app to change the settings. ANC, hear through modes all work well. These are very well thought out product. Overall, everything works really, really well. As you say, the comfort on these is good as well. They're not really heavy. So I worn these for 2 hours, 2.5 hours at once before, and I had no issues at all. I normally prefer not the bud design, you know, it's all in one. But I think though when you have a longer the stem, it seems to make the like ones with phone calls a bit better, because the microphone is right at the bottom. And yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else. But yeah, Type C, before I forget, so Type C. Don't have a wireless charger, takes a couple of hours for them to charge up. And yeah, I think that's it. So on to the conclusion. So yeah, on to the conclusion of the Soundcore Life P3 by Anker. These on the whole are actually very good performers overall. Small case, good sound, easy to use, good connection, battery life, app, call quality. They seem to cover all the bases well. They also have Bluetooth 5.2 and only SBC and AAC support. No aptX, which is a bit of a shame. But for 79, I think 99 at the moment of this video, these are very good. I don't know what they are in other countries, or they do come in different colours as well. So they are not really, there's not really many flaws. The microphones can pick up wind if you use them in that situation. They are fingerprint magnets, but on the whole they seem to do everything I kind of want really. They are kind of good. I like to see an aptX support, so it makes it better for Android phones with Qualcomm chipsets. But yeah, on the whole these are pretty good and do everything I want. As usual, if you want to know anything, just let me know in the actual comment section. And thank you very much for watching, and take care.